Hi, and welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter Resell channel. It's been a minute since I've done a video, but here we're back at Goodwill looking for some items that I can buy and sell and flip on eBay. This will be a longer video for some of you, but stay tuned, I find some amazing items. I was just checking out the pottery and vase section. They didn't have very much this day. And then I went over to the mugs to see. I'm getting pickier on the items that I pick up from this section as well. It needs to be very special, unique, and one of a kind, or a really great set of mugs. I found this shelf sitter or door sitter. I believe it's a door stop, but it's something that you would sit on the top of the door to keep it open. I carried it around in the cart for a little while, just trying to decide if I wanted to spend $8.99 on it. I end up putting that back on the shelf later on. Here is a Blue Sky Clayworks trinket box. This one was a heather gold mink piece. However, I have bought and sold this item in the past, and it doesn't go for a ton of money, and it sits for a long time. So I chose to put it back. I initially put it in the cart. You'll see a comp here I'll pull up. Even though it was only $2.99, I still didn't feel like at $12.50 it was worth it. I am getting pickier on the blue sky pieces that I pick up. I've been picking 1990s, 1980s claywork. I think it's Clayworks or About Face. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I've been picking these up and they sell pretty fast. I've probably grabbed about 10 in the last couple months here, and I only have about half of them left, so I've gone through a few. They don't sell for a lot of money. A few of them will, but the majority of them are between like $18 to $24. And here I found a pottery piece. It's handmade in Sweden. I'm not sure how to say the artist's name, but I have it in the listing. You'll be able to see. And I grabbed that for $8.99. My cart looks kind of full because you'll see some items traveling with me. I'll do that a lot. I'll put the items in my cart and then I'll edit it at the end. I'll put a bunch of stuff back where they were found, just to like make sure that I'm not overspending and that the items are a higher profit. Sometimes I don't have time to do it and I go with gut instinct, but here I found a Port Marion piece. It was only $4.99 and it already sold at $34.97. This looked to be quality. It looked like crystal and it had a nice polished bottom, but there was no signature. I took a closer look at this wood and metal piece. There are some famous artists that make similar items but better quality, and this one was too not to the standard that I would like to get it. And then I found this amazing lamp. It's not my style, however, It is vintage and it was $19.99. It was a coral style lamp on Lucite. Here's some current comps, and here's some current sold comps. I haven't listed it yet, but I'm hoping to get north of $100 on it. And this was a hand-painted Swedish piece as well. It's a nativity scene, a screen. You can either hang it on the wall or put it on some furniture. And now we're off to the next store. The first thing I grab at this location is a horsehair pottery piece. It's a flute player. I'm not sure. I don't believe it's like Coco Pelli because that's a different thing, but I grabbed that. They had some interesting pieces here that I did not pick up, however, but I had to get a closer look. You can't see it on camera, but it was a metal sculpture of some sort. Here's another piece of blue sky. It's like a tea lighthouse. However, it's missing the underplate, and I'm starting to not pick these up. I used to pick them up all the time because people will buy replacement pieces. However, I am not doing that anymore as the prices have plummeted on some of those pieces unless they're super rare. Here I found some resin, heavy resin duck bookends. I grabbed those. They seem to sell pretty well. At most Goodwills, for some reason, they're pricing all bookends separately. I don't get why they do that, but I guess maybe to drive prices up. I still grabbed them. And here's another piece of car roof, the studio items. I grab these whenever I find them. They tend to sell fast and they tend to sell for decent money, and they're usually not priced very high. I was checking out these global birds, but they both had damage on the beaks, so they were left. I looked at these dolls. I initially pulled them and put them under the cart, and I was going to look them up before I left, and I decided to just put them back. I didn't even take the time to look them up. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake. They also had this stained glass or leaded glass piece. Too bad that it was damaged down at the bottom. And I found this baggie of thimbles. Now, when I saw them in a lot, they tend to do okay. However, to take the time to look up the individual ones, there might be some money or some value there. I just didn't want to take the time. And here was an art glass bunny with some applied gold painting. I left that as well. And here are some more items. I initially put this in the cart. I wanted to look into it. I didn't know exactly what they were. I knew they were puppets, but I wasn't sure of the quality and the maker and if they were worth much. This was a nice little glass jewelry box. However, you can see on the corner there's some damage, so I didn't even look at the price and stayed there at the store. In this baggie, there were some Wade Whimsies, but there was also this cat. I don't know if you can kind of see it there. It gave me Lisa Larson or a Potter of that sort vibes. $2.99. I initially put it in the cart. Upon looking at it closer, I couldn't distinguish who was the maker, and I have enough Wade Winsies, so I left it there. This is a Norwegian tin. I grabbed that even at $1.99. They sell pretty fast, and I can get at least $14 around there for it. And the first amazing find of the day is this art glass piece. And I'll probably get there in a second. It's down on the bottom shelf there, and it's signed. It was $10.99, and initially I didn't want to grab it because there was some scratching on the top. But when I looked up the comps on this artist, pieces, they go for decent money. And here is the best find of the day. This is an amazing art glass orb, hand blown. You can see by the price on there. I'm hoping to get, there's actually comps for way above that. However, I'm not exactly sure. It's newer to me, so I am hoping, crossing my fingers, that I can get close to that amount. Here's some more art glass, graduated vases. And we're off to another store. It's another day. Again, I wasn't planning on filming, but however, I grabbed some amazing items. I'll go over the stuff at the bottom of the cart later. Up there, the first bag was full of like glass prisms that can go on some of the older lamps. I grabbed those. People are always looking for replacement pieces, and I grabbed these bookends. Here's some skeleton keys for decor, but they were priced a little too high for me. And a funny little plaque. Now, here's a lesson for you. If you are interested in Isabel Bloom figures, look them up if you're planning to resell, because it runs the gamut. I initially didn't grab these, and then I did because I happened to look up another one that you'll see a little later in the video that went for decent money, so I grabbed these. They were $9.99, the hedgehog, which is cute, and a starfish. So $9.99, which is a little high. They don't go for very much. But then you'll run into the ones that do sell for decent money. And here is a rabbit. And that will sell for around $49-ish. $49 to $69 is what I hope to get for it. And then I found a score. So they had all these hand-carved wood birds on branches there. And the most expensive one was that woodpecker, which already sold. And then the rest of them were about $3.99 a piece. There's hummingbirds, a couple other, a cardinal. But I always grab these when I find them because they always sell. They're not a huge moneymaker, but they will consistently give you $29 to $39. I also found that Mexican pottery fish, and then that goes for about $39. And then I found some amazing lamps that day too. This one is a cranberry opalescent. There was some gold painting on it, however, that most of that has worn away, but there was no chips or cracks. There is kind of like imperfection in the glass from when they put it in the mold, but other than that, it was in great quality or great condition. And then I grabbed this. I was kind of on a high after that other lamp, so I grabbed this as well. They wanted $19.99 as well for this piece. I probably, in hindsight, should have left it behind. I also found this amazing gold mirror. It was only $8.99. I haven't listed it yet, but it will be up soon. And then a very interesting baby cross-stitch picture. And I grabbed it just because it's a baby and people like babies. All right, here's your recap. That was it for this week. I'm going to try a new format going forward where I'm going to do a longer video of my shopping trips, and then I'm hoping to do a what sold video for you coming up on Sunday. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just drop them down below, and I really appreciate your time. See you in the next video.